Hi, friends and family. Happy Friday to you guys. I wanted to pop on here and share with you guys. There is something going on in the church this weekend, and it's called Baptize the United States. Last year, it was Baptize California, and so this is where collectively churches in California were getting on one accord about helping usher people into the kingdom. And this year now it's going across the United States, which is a very exciting thing. I've had some questions, and I presume some people might have questions for me regarding why I might be getting baptized again, even though I'm already saved. I'm not getting baptized for salvation. I've already accepted the Lord. He's been in my life since I was 16 is when I actually gave my life to the Lord, but I've always, since I can remember, was seeking God. But I am doing it more as an anniversary. And so I have decided that every year when they do this big baptism across the globe or across the state, that I am going to do it yearly as a reminder of, one, the sacrifice that Christ made for me, two, what that baptism actually symbolized. So kind of think of a marriage and how you have a marital anniversary or any anniversary, or you have your birthday just to, thank God. And so it's kind of a birthday celebrating my reborn spirit, celebrating what Christ did for me, and taking that day to really just, not that I don't remember it daily, but just to celebrate and such a very intimate moment. And so I thought I love to do that. And the reason why it came to me is I remember I was reading this book once, and there was a woman in the book who every day at 4:00 she would take a walk with Jesus, and it didn't matter what she was doing. It did, literally where she was, what she was doing every day at 4:00, everybody knew she was going to go have her time with Jesus. And so she would go take a walk in her neighborhood or wherever, and she would just talk to Jesus. And so as she got older, this is a true story, as she got older and she was laying on her deathbed getting ready to transition, she passed away, guess what, at 4:00, because that was their date time. And so I just love that idea of celebrating my relationship with the Lord and participating in the yearly baptism where California does Baptize America. Well, it's Baptize America now. But I just love the idea of participating in that, and as a reminder of my commitment to Christ, as a reminder of all the things that He's done for me, and also as a cool way to lay down anything I've picked up over the year that, hurt, pain, trauma, wrong thinking, wrong doctrine, whatever, and just lay it down in that watery grave of baptism. And so it's kind of symbolic for me, as well as a reminder and kind of a celebration and anniversary of my relationship with Jesus, who I love so much. But it's also, hi Corey. It's also a time for me to be able to say, I'm going to lay these things down at your feet. And you don't have to wait for a ceremony or anything to do that, but I thought it's a cool thing that I decided to do yearly, kind of like that woman who walked with Jesus every day at 4. So anyways, if you feel like God is calling you, if you have questions about Jesus, reach out. The church I go to is Fellowship Church by Walmart on Lone Tree in Antioch. There are 4 different services that you can attend. They also have online services, but there's nothing like being in the room, you guys. The Spirit of God is so sweet in there, and it's a very loving environment. And I have people ask me a lot, it's such a large church. How do you feel a part in such a large church? And the thing is, through building relationships. The more you go, the more you're around people. When you start serving, when you get into small groups, you build relationships, and all of a sudden this very large church starts to feel very small because you're building relationships. And heaven isn't going to be 5 people, right? It's going to be a whole family of believers up there. So, don't let the size of a church, whether it's large or small, hold you back from being there if you feel called. And if God is knocking at the doors of your heart, answer. It doesn't mean you have to understand everything. It doesn't mean that you have to be somehow perfect, because none of us are. It is a journey, and it is a walk, and it is deeper than just belief. It's a you're going to follow Him. You're going to give your life and your heart to Him, and you're going to stop leaning and trusting in yourself, and you're going to start leaning and trusting on Him. And it's It's been a really amazing journey, and so I do need to get on and do a new testimony. My testimony isn't new, but I need to do an updated testimony video, so I will do that at some point. But I just wanted to share that with you guys, and so if you want to participate in, maybe you don't have a church home, or maybe your church isn't participating, you are more than welcome to come. You don't have to be a member to do this. You are more than welcome to come. And so again, it is this Sunday, and we have 4 services. So we have one at 8:15, 9:45, 11:15, and 12:45. And if it is something that you feel like God is calling you to do, reach out to me, and you can come do it with me. Let's do it together. All right, you guys, have a beautiful Friday, a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Mommy.